Hello, friends. Welcome to Gavin's latest shit. Brute G's latest video. This video contains graphic content mostly in the form of verbal communications and some funny memes that will be used to describe our play in Marvel Rivals. Please do not get offended. This is all for fun and games, and we're just all trying to have a laugh here, as well as figure out why the fuck we suck. If you don't like that, please exit the video. But for my friends, you have been warned, and yet again, this is just for fun. We all still love each other. Welcome, my friends, to the roadmap to success for Team 4 Star in Marvel Rivals, presented by yours truly, Brute G, an assisted creation by JWax32, other known as Jackson J. Waxington, the Jacksonator. Let's continue. Success. Why this PowerPoint? The reason we are creating this PowerPoint and we are presenting this information to you today is because we suck at Marvel Rivals. We are butt. We need to get better, and this is how we get better, by breaking down why we suck. As you can see, Jeff sucks. Why does Jeff suck? Because he sucks. And we suck. So how do we not be Jeff? Let's talk a little bit about the credentials of our presenters today. Obviously, you got me, Brute G, best by far. I did hit Celestial in Season 1.5. Don't tread on me. I am a certified gamer. I do try hard a lot at most things. Let's be real. And then we got Jackson, JWax32. He is decent at Marvel Rivals. He did hit GM3 in Season 1.5. Props to Jackson. He's been a little lackadaisical on his practice lately, but he's good at making PowerPoints. So accidentally hit the forward button there, but let's continue. The agenda for today. What are we talking about? First, we're going to start off by talking about the current meta of Season 2, particularly from Gold 1 to Diamond 1, because we all tend to hover around that area of the game until the later part of the season. We're going to talk about team strengths, team weaknesses, team comp analysis, personal analysis. We're going to go in-depth, fucking in-depth about personal analyses, and figure out why we suck individually. We're going to finish off with some final thoughts at the end. All right, what does the current game meta look like? Now, I know, time of this presentation, at the time of this video, it's changed a little bit, but principle stays the same here. All hero tier list, Season 2. Now, I know we are coming to the close to the end of Season 2.5 here, but this list really hasn't changed that much, with the exception of possibly Squirrel Girl moving into the S tier category, and Penny moving up into the A tier category here coming up in Season 2.5. But as you can see, we have a lot of S tier characters and a lot of A tier characters that we should be playing. Fuck Jeff and fuck Widow. They don't exist. Never play them. They suck. All right, Vanguard. We want to primarily be playing Emma Frost, Groot, and Magneto. Now, we do have a Magneto, we do have a Groot, and we consistently play Emma Frost. That's great. Penny Parker should probably move up into A at this point, but we all know Brute G, Penny Parker, goddamn. But play any tank that you are good at. We don't want you playing shit that you suck at, because even if they're good, you suck. Duelist tier list Season 2. If we look at here, Psylocke actually should probably be in B tier now. She got a pretty heavy nerf. Human Torch is probably hovering around B tier as well. Iron Fist got nerfed into the fucking dirt. He's C tier. But as we look down the line here, we probably have Scroll Girl moving up into AS rank, and everything other than that pretty much stays the same. Do not fucking play Black Widow. Strategists tier list season 2. As you can see, this tier list really doesn't change that much. It's pretty much the same thing, but obviously there's different skill gaps required for S tier healers, right? But we want to make sure we are consistently playing the top heroes here. As you turn your attention more to the bottom. Again, I'm going to say this, to the bottom of the screen here. You can see we have Jeff at the bottom. Don't fucking play Jeff, please. All right, now we're going to look at our team strengths and weaknesses. We like to throw this. We wanted to throw this in here because this is how most people react to losing games. In my experience, this has been very common in the diamond and the platinum ranks. Jarvis throw the match and blame the supports. Very common. Main team weaknesses. Here's where we start breaking down the why, boys. Losing when we should clearly win. Why the fuck are we losing when we should be clearly winning? Okay? It makes no sense. Not playing the correct heroes. We have a tendency to be stuck playing single heroes. We need to have more versatility and more ability to adapt to the changing scenarios of the game. This is a big one here. Being retarded. We need to stop being retarded. Probably all that needs to be said on that one. Bryce, you are getting better. This is another big one. Love you, but it's true. I'm not going to say you're our biggest, weakest link, but I will say, other than you're Mr. Fantastic, it's not looking great. Losing when we should win. I can't emphasize enough this point. Losing when we should win is a big fucking deal. We really need to be doing this. We should not be losing when we should be winning. Okay. And then I touched on this earlier, but low flexibility. Main team strengths. We're good at opening the game. Boys love the game. Boys love the game together. We like to have that camaraderie, and we have fun, even though some of us get very frustrated, particularly Brute G sometimes crashes out, even his own team. We're all still there to have fun, and just kidding, there's more. But we have good communication sometimes. One of the big things is the supports, and I have an issue with this too. Is telling the supports when they're getting constantly dove and fucking gangbanged by divers. This is a big problem, even in all the nerfs to the divers in the game so far. But when me and specifically MP Wolfhounds or Heal Guy are getting bent over and anally fucked by a dragon dildo, particularly by the name of Venom, we need some help. Willingness to change heroes. This comes with flexibility. Good spread of types. We do have a good spread of types on our team. Nobody's just singularly a tank or a healer or a DPS. But there's some exceptions there. But for the most part, we have great diversity. We should say. We all get on at the same time. That's a pretty big one. Team comp analysis. So this is where we're going to go into. We're going to talk about what each of us play and how that looks stacked up against the meta. So we do have a good use of top heroes. Obviously, looking here, Emma, Hela, Mr. Fantastic, Loki, Rocket. Not so much Luna, Invis, Groot, and Magneto. We all do play those characters a lot, and that's a good spread. But we need to develop top meta heroes as the meta continues to change. That's our big reason why we suck is because even though Squirrel Girl might be an AS tier now, if we turn our attention more to the bottom of the page here, we see Iron Man, Moon Knight, and Scarlet Witch. Um, I don't think anything else needs to be said about that. Um, and we need to stay away from lower tier heroes. Just reiterating the point, with exceptions, obviously, if you have the Strange team up and you want to play Scarlet Witch and you're good at Scarlet Witch, you should play it. It would be a viable option at that point. But if you don't have the team up, don't fucking do it. Everything we see in green here are characters that we as a team play consistently, and we have some sort of proficiency in, and everything in red we should not be playing unless it's quick match. Yellow boxes represent what everybody's hero has most played time on that particular hero. Now, we all kind of know who has the most time on each of these heroes. I would like to point out that Moon Knight and Scarlet Witch are highlighted. Yeah. Individual analysis. Here we go. This is when we're going to dive in to why everyone needs to be improved. We need to improve in these areas. Okay? Let's get going. Okay? Here we go. We got a little baby because we're infant children and we're growing up. Brute G. Again, motherfucker. Main problems. Can't play on Brute G. That is a real thing. I can't. I would like to, but I can't. Because I'm just too good at the game. Doesn't communicate when getting dove. I pointed this out earlier, but I don't. Okay? I need to be better. I need to be better. Sometimes crashes out. Also pointed this out. I do sometimes crash out. Let's just be real. This is a good representation of what I look like when I crash out. Dry eyes. I do have very dry eyes, particularly after a long day or if I've been, consuming alcohol. So, main strengths: good game sense, can play most heroes, low key cracked with Hawkeye. We all know I'm cracked with Hawkeye. Okay, let's just be real. He's a dog. And the passion is there. My passion is for the game is there. My passion to win and drive to win is there. Now, moving into statistics here. As you can see, he has a 49.4% win rate. We do have 130 wins, top 14%. Would also like to point out we do have a very high MVP rate, 31.5%. Goddamn. SVPs, top 10%. MVPs, total MVPs, top 6%. Kills, top 11%. This guy's a fucking animal. And to top it all off, all-time best Celestial 3. Season 1.5. Some of the height of the game in terms of total amount of players playing regularly, and he finished Celestial 3. Come on. Now, as we move into that season where I did finish Celestial 3, 54% win rate. 102 kill, top 4.2% in wins. Shit. Kills, top 7%. SVPs, top 4.5%. MVPs, top 12%. This guy's a fucking legend. Okay? Season 1.5. Sorry, excuse me. This is the season where I went absolutely stupid. Okay. Okay, never mind. Little typo in the presentation, but we're gonna move on. Season 2. 51.1% win rate, little lower than season 1.5, but we're still there. MVPs, top 4.4%. SVPs, top 8%. We're seeing a trend, right? We're seeing a trend. This guy's a dog. All time, 51.5% win rate. Anything over 50% is pretty solid. MVP and SVP rank are definitely higher. And as you can see, we got a good spread of total stats around here. Max kill streak, 28, mid, but I mean, if we look at total MVPs, goddamn, okay. SVPs, pretty much MVPs, but you lost. So let's just take that into consideration. Katie, 4.5. Jeez. Looking at Brood G's most played heroes, obviously we have Penny Parker and Loki. Absolute fucking units. 60% win rates on those. Over 60% win rate on Hawkeye and Emma. We got Groot there. Groot's a little bit more difficult to play. He's more frontline and relies on the team comp a little better. But as you can see, Katie off the charts. MVPs off the charts. Win rate off the charts. just a fucking dog in all of these characters. Okay, teammate statistics. As you can see, Heel Guy a little lower than 50%, but particularly want to point out here Dr. Waxington. He does fucking horrible when playing with Dr. Waxington. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's him. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just the team comp we run, but or the fact that he plays Moon Knight. I don't know. 41.2% win rate. We got Pesky with 56.2%. And other than that, everyone's hovering around 45%, which isn't bad. So, obviously, we have a good spread of Strategist, Vanguard, and Duelist here. Just goes to show he can do it all. Clout G, the wannabe Brute G. Okay, this is Brute G's little brother, or also known as the Smurf account. Main issues. First of two Smurf accounts, Brute G also actually does have two alt accounts that he plays on. Have to play on this account all the time because of the lack of just total ability to win with Brute G. And then ranking or risk of ranking up too high and not being able to play with his friends. Main strengths at the Smurf count, give or take Shadow MMR, but can play with his friends if he does Smurf. Season 1, here we go. So had a good win rate. Still top 41 and is ranked in the MVPs here. We have, let's see, where is it? Total matches played. Good spread between everything. Let's go on to season 1.5. We got top 2.6% in wins. Brother. That goes to show how much I smurf. I mean Cloud G smurfs. Like 2.6% on the smurf, like shit. 5.92 KD. Gosh. Finished GM2. Top 0.3% and 0.3% in both MVPs and SVP season 1.5. Are we kidding? Like, this guy's also an animal. I don't know if it's the same person, but fuck, this guy's an animal. Season 2. Also got a good spread of stats here. Just kind of continuing the trend of awesomeness. And then all time, we got some pretty good stats here. MVPs, SVPs, just as high as we got with Brute G. Looking at hero statistics, going to be somewhat similar. Plays a little bit more healer because this is a Smurf account, but same kind of deal here. And if we look at the spread for teammate statistics, IKBM, we'll go into more detail later with him, but 40, almost under a 40% win rate is pretty fucking atrocious. So just something to highlight, but as we look at Dr. Waxington, we do have that under 40%. So I don't know if there's anything that needs to be said on that. I wanted to highlight it there. But as we look at our win rate, 52% win rate, pretty fire. And obviously we have a good spread on goals. So. Bryce, IKBM. Let's dive into this. Main problems. Playing Scarlet Witch. Sorry, it's true. Please stop. Please stop playing Scarlet Witch. You die too much. You overextend. You overcommit often, like I just said. Not the best aim. Let's be real. It's not. That's okay, though. Blames deaths on bad luck a little too consistently, I must add. But hey, it's okay. Sometimes it is bad luck. Mr. Overcommitting with Mr. Fantastic. Not that much. But it's all right. We're all trying to get better every day. Slow walks into point, negative aura. Just wanted to highlight the negative aura there. Main strengths opens the game. Great job, Bryce. Step 1 complete. Learning Mr. Fantastic and Loki. Great job. Great pickup learning Mr. Fantastic. Always down to game. Huge fucking strength with that guy. Love playing with him. He's super fun to play with, and he's always down. And he consistently has very creative strategies that I think everyone enjoys doing. But he's a thinker. He is a thinker. Now, looking at season 1, we do have a bottom 4% on the win rate there. Yep. We don't really have many tops. I just statistically kind of lower on the spectrum. Season 1.5, it does get better. It is getting better. top 2.5% in wins. There are statistics that kind of show why that's the case, but we got two tops in MVPs and SVPs. That's pretty solid. Let's see here. Bottom 7% in win rate for season two. A little bit of a regression, but hey, that's okay. I would also like to point out there we had zero MVPs in season two. Zero MVPs. Uh, boy, all time 42.6%, a little lower. That's okay though. Four MVPs throughout his tenure through season two. That's okay. Um, looking at our hero stats here, we got Groot and Rocket with his most highest win rate, I would say, with a decent KD with Rocket because it's Rocket. Groot, mid-ass KD, not going to lie, but does have a higher win rate just because Groot's that good. And then if we do look here, though, we do have Scarlet Witch and Squirrel Girl below 40%. Bryce, you need to stop playing these characters, my man. Like, they're not good. Stop playing these characters. You're not contributing enough. And the statistics show 102 games and a 38.5% win rate. Okay? That should be an indication. Looking at our teammates here, Clout G and Beetle. Clout G, Beetle, highest win rates there. Like, dude must be an animal. Beetle G being Clout G's youngest brother, or Bird G's youngest brother. If we look at Fat Sacks is another great healer. Higher win rate there, and Heal Guy obviously another good hero, 47.5%. But we had a good spread. Again, Jackson at the bottom of the leaderboard with 39.1%. Don't really know what's going on there. But if we move into roll and snapshot statistics, we have 52% win rate as of the last 25 matches. Definitely seeing an improvement there. But obviously likes to play heavy on the duelist and the strategist, with Vanguard being his least played. Also, strategists do have his highest KD. So, but statistics do show that your duelist is the worst out of all of them. Okay, let's find what we're good at, and let's commit. Recap. These are the characters Bryce should be playing. Everybody else, no. JWax32, Moon Knight Glaze Lord. Okay, as we see Moon Knight driving past there on the screen, he needs to stop glazing Moon Knight. Moon Knight's not that good. Main problems: loves Mooner a little too much, dies too much, plays Moon Knight, selects Moon Knight, defends Moon Knight as a playable character. I think we're starting to see a trend. Likes hearing all the hit markers when playing Moon Knight. This is a big one. The graphic on the right definitely shows why that comment's there. Okay. All the hit markers, I get it. It's fun to hear. Main strengths: can tank and heal. This is true. He has a fantastic mantis. DPS main bitch. That's DPS. He's a DPS main. He's a Moon Knight. He's a Gooner. He's pretty blunt about shit, and he's an analyzer, right? So he analyzes and kind of likes to break down why things are going the way they are, and just to re-emphasize the point that he is an analyzer of the game. We'll bring up NFL discussions to facilitate group bonding. Unfortunately, George Pickens did get traded to the Cowboys, but he does bring enough discussion of the Steelers to, definitely be enough for the group. We do have 50% win rate, decent-ish on the MVPs and the SVPs, 11% win or percentage the time he does get an MVP, 2.5%, 2.53 KD, not the best, but not bad either. If we look at season 1.5 here, did finish Grandmaster 3, props to him, was in the top 2.3% in kills, mostly because Moon Knight is a Gooner, 158 wins, top 1.6%, and then top 15 or top 10% in SVPs. Moving on to season 2, at the time of polling the data, he was a gold 1, and he was definitely struggling this season. Obviously borderline or below 40% win rate is pretty fucking atrocious. But all time, 48.1% win rate, not bad at all. Has a good amount of MVPs and SVPs with a lower MVP percentage, but overall pretty good. Hero stats, stop playing Moon Knight. He just, yeah, he got a buff, but okay, it is. I just hate fucking Moon Knight. Okay, it's just I think there's more characters out there that provide more value, and I suggest that you might just try those other characters. Decent in a more Rocket, only 32 matches, but he's got a good win rate. But I will say JWax 32's Emma Frost is pretty damn solid. So does very well at that higher KD. Stop playing Mag. Teammate statistics here. We do see a low percentage from IKBM. This is a consistent trend. Just making an observation. Bert G, Beetle G, and Clout G definitely with the highest win rates. Again, dog. But as you can see highlighted here, Bert G does have almost a 60% win rate. I think part of the reason why that Jackson or JWax 32 has a lower win rate, especially in season 2, is because of that high red highlighted line up there. But especially if we look at the fourth column from the left. So 45.8% win rate, last 25 matches, is all right, but obviously definitely favors the duelists. But as you can see, has a great KD with strategists and does pretty well there. But statistically, does have the highest win rate as a duelist. Maybe because he has way more matches. We just don't know. He plays Moon Knight. Big Chungy, the rock guy. This guy's our tank. This guy's our fucking rock. Obviously, because he plays the thing, but he's our rock. Okay. Main problems. Not the best with DPS and healers. This is a true fact. Everybody knows it. I think Ty knows it as well, which primarily is why he goes tank. He does have an issue sometimes with overextending. I will say he has been a lot better at it. He doesn't overextend as much, and that's a good thing. Dies a little too much. That's a part of the overextending, obviously. But moving on to main strengths, very good at tanking. He is the anchor of our team, thus the rock, the thing, the guy, right? Reference to the anchor man over here because he is our anchor, always plays what is needed, always down to make sure that he is adding the most value to the team where it needs to be added. Teammates come first is just reiterating that point. Moving on to season 1, bottom 5% of the win rate. That sucks. MVPs and SVPs on the lower end, but that's all right. Season 1.5, we do see an increase, a pretty substantial increase actually in kills, win rate, wins, MVPs, and SVPs with 15.7% percent or 15.7% of the time him getting an MVP. That's a pretty significant increase. Finishing Diamond 2 probably is a little lower than where he wanted to be, at the time. But can't have it all. Obviously, reiterating those highlighted points. And then if we move on here to season 2, we have him currently in gold 3 when this data was pulled. All-time best Grandmaster 3, solid right there. But definitely seeing more now of a trend heading down, the at the bottom echelon of wins, MVPs, and SVPs, which is okay. Sometimes we all have our ups and downs. All time 44.4% win rate, not that bad. Actually, a pretty good amount of MVPs and SVPs because he plays so much tank. So not bad. A decently high SVP percentage as well. But looking at his characters here, definitely mostly plays Magneto. Thing and Emma, obviously you can tell he does play majority tank and does have a good win rate on all of them. KDA, not that important when you're tank. You're obviously tanking, so you're supposed to be keeping the rest of your team alive, which Ty does a great fucking job at doing that. That's why his win rate is high compared to what his KD reflects. Obviously, these are his worst characters. He needs to stop playing Venom. Please stop playing Venom. Mantis, you know what? Just stick with tank. Teammate statistics. Obviously, our highest ones are Cloud and Beetle. Pretty good there. IKBM and Dr. Waxington just continuing the theme of just shit going wrong. And that's highlighted here. I just wanted to point that out, just an observation. 40% last 25 games, not that bad. But as you can see with the roles play spread, Vanguard significantly higher than anybody else, and has a decent win rate at those as well. So,
Heel guy. Used to be a Jeff main. That was a problem, but now he's not. It's all good now. Main problems. Tank and DPS are mid. Low-key, they are mid as hell. We need to try to be better at playing tank and DPS. I know that's not your strong suit, but let's be real. Wolverine, not the best, but definitely can see if we can see some improvement in the future. Sometimes focuses a little too much on damage as a healer. We need to heal our team. Overextends to try to heal people. If somebody is overextending, Poffel does have a hero need to go save him, but we need to teach people that if they overextend, they're going to get punished for it, and he's a silly guy. For real, he's a silly guy. He is a silly guy. Main strengths. Good at healing. He is a healer main bitch. He picked up Loki. Great pickup on picking up Loki. One of the best healers in the game. Always count on a healer when he is on your team. And he picked up Iron Fist and Wolvie. Wolvie is a good pickup. Unfortunately, Iron Fist did get nerfed into the fucking dirt there. But I would like to make your attention aware of the right side of the screen. How I look in the Iron Fist highlight. Competitive Season 1, we do have a bottom, a little bit lower win rate there with a decent number of MVPs and SVPs with a top 60% win rate. As we move into Season 1.5, we do see an uptick, so top 4.5% in kills, top 2.2% in wins, and then we do have top 29% and 8% in SVPs and MVPs. Definitely seeing a higher level there. Moving into Season 2, we're seeing a win rate drop a little bit. MVP, not that great. But start of the season, there's a lot of competition at the start of the season. But all time, we're looking at a 46.4% win rate. A little lower, but that's okay. And then 7.23% of the time, he does get an MVP with a decent amount of MVPs and SVPs. And for a healer, that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for. Hero statistics here, looking at it, Loki and Rocket, definitely his two highest win percentages. I do think, personally, he has the most value as Loki on the team. Let's just not pay attention to Jeff the Landshark on this list. All of the fucking stats for him are atrociously misinterpreted. They are shit. They're not real. Those stats actually don't exist. Jeff isn't a real character. I fucking hate that little fucking shark bitch. So let's just completely ignore the fact that he's doing that. But Invisible Woman, actually good stats. Teammate statistics, continuing the trend of Dr. Waxington and IKBM being pretty not great. Definitely in the lower spectrum. Definitely, again, just need to get our shit together on that. And then, obviously, Brute G, Beetle, and Clout G being the highest percentage win rate. Again, just to reiterate, absolute fucking dogs. They are highlighted here just for greater visual representation, and same thing with the losses on the other side. So, rolling snapshot statistics. 58.3% win rate, not that bad. Definitely highest amount of games played with the strategist here. 46.6% win rate over 664 games. Not that bad overall. Great healer, great contributions to the team. Moving on to Logan, Pork Scorcher. He is a squirrel and he is a girl. Main problems. Can't heal. He is so bad at healing. Please stop healing. Doesn't use any other DPS but Squirrel Girl. He is learning different characters, but definitely his biggest one is Squirrel Girl here. Tank is also not his strong suit, but if it's Thor, that dude's a fucking legend. Has to take Bruno out every 15 minutes. This shit gets so fucking annoying. It's unreal. Main strengths, really good at Squirrel Girl, always doing hella damage, when I mean damage, we're talking hella damage. Big Dick Thor, dude, also is extremely successful at Thor. Doesn't die often, actually very, very, very good at surviving and making sure that he's staying on the floor as long as possible. And also, he is our ban phase Ultra Instinct Goku every time. I would say about 90% of the time his picks are solid. He's got the locks. Season 1, bottom 35% win rate. Honestly, just below 50%, not even that bad. Top 45% in wins, and then top 50 within the top 50% in MVPs and SVPs. Doing pretty well in season 1. Season 2.5 or 1.5, excuse me. Little lower win rate. I think it was because we were all picking up new characters at the time, and the game was changing constantly. But top 4.3% in kills, and then above the top 4% in MVPs and SVPs. That's a great statistic with a 37.18% of the games he's played in Season 1.5 ending in him being an MVP. That is a fantastic stat. Season 2. Dropping down a little bit. That's okay. Start of the season. It's actually a common theme with most of our people here. But we do see still a relatively high MVP percentage, and we do see a relatively decent win percentage with a good KDA. All-time does have a higher win percentage, but does have a high win percentage and does have a high MVP percentage. Hero statistics. My God. Your best character, by far, Squirrel Girl. Please continue to play Squirrel Girl, and let's try to develop other characters such as Thor. That's a good one. Mr. Fantastic actually having a 55% win rate over the 10 games. It's not bad considering that you only have 10 games. Please stop playing Penny Parker. Teammate statistics, we're going to continue the trend here of IKBM and Dr. Wexington being the bottom of the leaderboard, and continue the trend of Cloud G and Brute G and Beetle being at the top of that leaderboard. Roles and snapshot statistics, pretty shit. Last 25 matches, 36% is fucking horrible. Duelist definitely is most played character, but that Vanguard definitely coming up, especially in where we're currently at in Season 2.5. But moving on to King Reader here, we just want him to hunker down. That boy's a motherfucking hunker down boy. Main problems. Lives on the East Coast. Hurricane season's not friendly. We need him to stay safe. Not gonna lie, his Venom's low-key kind of mid as hell. Can't play tanks really, which is true. Gets annoyed easily, very easily. He has a very short annoyed meter, meaning it's very easy for him to get annoyed. I forgot to mention he gets annoyed easily. Needs to learn other DPS characters besides Punisher. I know it's on the radar. But he's just hasn't committed, to doing that. But hey, he's been going through some stuff, and all the boys are really happy about the good news we received recently. Congratulations, Jack. Main strengths. Really good at Punisher. I'm not gonna lie. Great at Punisher. Lord Punisher. He is a great Punisher. Knows really how to use those turrets well. Good Luna if need to be. Actually, we'll say King Reader is a fantastic Luna. He does a very good job. Wants to develop new characters. He is always open to learning something new, and has pretty good aim, I think mainly because he started off playing Punisher, and you need good aim for that. Super silly guy, full real. Season 1, not the best win percentage, bottom 11%, and same thing with MVPs and SVPs, but does have a 23% MVP percentage, which isn't bad. Moving to Season 1.5, bottom 5% in KDA, not great. Does have a good win rate. We are seeing an improvement here. Finished Grandmaster 3, great way to finish the season. Top 5% in MVPs and top 20% in SVPs. Season 2, top 36% in kills, not bad at all. And then he is in the top 50% for SVPs and MVPs. But looking back at the win percentage, we definitely see a decrease where that win percentage was higher last season. All time, borderline 48% win rate. Actually not bad at all. That definitely will get you places. 27% MVP percentage, not bad at all, and a good spread of MVPs and SVPs. Looking at our hero statistics here, we do have a higher win rate in Punisher and Iron Man. Looking at Emma Frost, we might have a little too few matches to really tell if that 74% is true. But nonetheless, 74% win rate in 8 games is not bad. But definitely has the most time played in Punisher and Luna. Luna a little less just because, winning games is dependent on the rest of your team at that point. And, Luna can't really do much on her own, let's be honest. Clout G, Brute G, and Beetle, again, highest stats here. And then really IKBM and Dr. Waxington just need to figure their shit out. Last 25 matches, 36% win rate. Not the best. Definitely plays Duelist the most with an over 50% win rate in Duelist, which you should continue to do that. As you can see, strategists were falling off there below 40%. And that concludes our presentation. Almost. Final thoughts. You made it to the end. Thanks for listening to the presentation that me and JWax32 put together. We did put a lot of effort into this, and unfortunately we wanted to get all the boys in to be here for the presentation, but just due to scheduling issues we weren't able to do that. But I really want to appreciate everyone for sticking around. Hopefully you learned something here, and we just need to make sure that we all become better, but kind of, moving forward, have some fucking hope. Like, we're going to get better, but we really need everyone to commit to it. Some more people in particular over others. Like, we know some people are pretty solid, but, it's just one of those things. Final thoughts here. Use this presentation to look at your stats and figure it out. We obviously can see where the issues lie. We can see what characters we're not good with. Let's figure it out, okay? Play characters that are currently in the meta. This currently goes for Season 2.5 as well. And we need to synchronize team-ups with the meta. Please. Play smarter. Let's not overextend. Let's make sure we're playing back. The objective of the game, for example, in Convoy, is to push the objective. It doesn't matter how much damage you have, kills you have, healing you have. The objective is to push the point. If we don't let them push the point, we can win. So let's play the objective instead of playing stats. Stop being special needs. I don't need to explain that any further. Stop being special needs. But all in all, love you boys. Love all of you. Love every second playing with you guys. Except for the 10 seconds I maybe crash out. But I quickly realized that you're the boys. Love playing with you all. And I would kiss every one of you on the mouth if I could. But unfortunately, I'm not able to do so because I'm not right next to you. But if I was next to you, I would definitely kiss you on the mouth. And we would probably make out for a while. Thank you for listening to our presentation. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Time of recording is right before 4th of July, so God bless fucking America. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you all.